Welcome to Maths Companion. I am Ramesh. Shall we go to the next part of our video? In the last video, we have discussed the relation between position and term, and we have seen the difference between any two terms of an arithmetic sequence is the product of the difference of positions and the common difference, or common difference equal to term difference by position difference. We have also seen that in an arithmetic sequence, term difference is proportional to the position difference, and the constant of proportionality is the common difference. We have also understood that the difference between any two terms of an arithmetic sequence is always a multiple of the common difference. And I have given you two assignments. I think you have done it. Let us check it. The first one is every power of 10 from 100 onwards a term of the arithmetic sequence 19, 28, 37, etc.? How can we check whether a number is a term of an arithmetic sequence? Find the difference between that number and any one term of the sequence. For our convenience, we will take the first term. So take the difference of the number and the first term. If it is a multiple of the common difference, then it is a term of the sequence. Otherwise, it is not a term. So what is the common difference here? 28 minus 19, that is 9 is the common difference here. Now let us start from 100. What is 100 minus 19? 81. And 81 is a multiple of the common difference 9. So 100 is a term of this sequence. Now let me take 1000. What is the difference between 1000 and 19? 981. And it is also a multiple of 9 because it contains only 9 and 81. So it's also a term of this sequence. Now take 10,000 and find the difference between 10,000 and 19. The difference is 9,981. It is also a multiple of 9 as it contains 9s and 81. Now let me take 1 lakh. What is the difference between 1 lakh and 19? It is 99,981. It's also a multiple of 9 as it contains 9s and 81. Now the difference is in a sequence 81, 981, 9981, 99981. Now if you take the next difference, what will it be? 4 9s and 81, right? More clearly we can say when we find the difference between 10 square and 19, if you take 10 square, in the difference there are 2 digits and the 2 digits are 8 and 1. Now when you take 10 cube minus 19, in the difference there are 3 digits. The last 2 digits are 8, 1 and one more digit, that is 9. When you take 10 raised to 4 minus 19, there are 4 digits. Last 2 digits are 8 and 1 and the remaining 9s. When you take 10 raised to 5 minus 19, there are 5 digits. The last 2 digits are 8 and 1 and the remaining digits are 9s. And we have seen that all these powers are terms of this sequence. Now suppose we have to check 10 raised to 100, whether it is a term of the sequence or not. What is the difference between 10 raised to 100 and 19? In the difference there are 100 digits. The last 2 digits are 8 and 1. The remaining are 9s. So it is also a multiple of 9 and it is also a term of this sequence. So we can take any term and we can check the difference and we can see that it is always a multiple of the common difference 9. So we can say the difference between any power of 10 from 100 and the first term 19 is always a multiple of the common difference 9. Therefore, they are terms of this sequence. And the second problem was this one. The table below, some arithmetic sequences are given with 2 numbers against each. Check whether each belongs to the sequence or not. We have to take each number, for example 123, and find the difference between 123 and 11. The difference is 112. Here the common difference is 11, and we can easily understand that 112 is not a multiple of 11. So it is not a term of this sequence. Now 132 minus 11 is 121, which is a multiple of the common difference 11. So it is a term of this sequence. Just like this, you can easily verify whether the numbers are terms or not. Now when we take the second problem, 12, 23, 34, etc., again the common difference is 11. Now find the difference between 100 and 12. It is 88. It's a multiple of 11, so it's a term of the sequence. Now 1000 minus 12, the difference is 988. It is not a multiple of 11, so it is not a term of this sequence. Now the third sequence, 21, 32, etc., again 11 is the common difference. 100 minus 21 is 79, which is not a multiple of 11, so it is not a term. 1000 minus 21 is 979. It is a multiple of 11, so it is a term of this sequence. Now 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, etc. What is the common difference here? 1 by 4. Now we have to check whether 3 is a term or not. We can find the difference between 3 and 1 by 4. It is 2, 3 by 4, and it is a multiple of 1 by 4. So it's a term of this sequence. Those who feel it difficult to check like this, you can do in another way also. Here the common difference is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. Again adding 1 by 4, you will get 3 by 4. Again if you add 1 by 4, you will get 1. And after that 1 1 by 4, 1 1 by 2, 1 3 by 4, then 2. And after that 2 1 by 4, 2 1 by 2, 2 3 by 4, and 3. So 3 is a term. And then 3 1 by 4, 3 1 by 2, 3 3 by 4, and 4. So 4 is also a term. So you can see all natural numbers are terms of the sequence. And in the same way, you can easily find the last problem also. 3 by 4, 1 and half, 2 1 by 4, etc. Here the common difference is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4 is 1 and half. Again adding 3 by 4, you will get 2 1 by 4. If you add 3 by 4 again, you will get 3. So 3 is a term. Again if you add 3 by 4, you will get 3 3 by 4. And again if you add, you will get 4 and half. So 4 is not a term of this sequence. In the last video, we have discussed the relation between position and term. Now let us generalize and find the algebra of arithmetic sequences. Consider the sequence 1, 4, 7, etc. What is the common difference? 3, right? And what is the first term? 1. Now what is the second term here? It is 4. And we know the second term is obtained by adding common difference to the first term. So it can be written as 1 plus 3. Now what is the third term? It is 7. And we know the third term is obtained by adding common difference to the second term. So it can be written as 4 plus 3. But 4 is equal to 1 plus 3. So it can be written as 1 plus 3 plus 3. That is 1 plus 2 times 3. Now what is the fourth term? That is 10. And we know the fourth term is obtained by adding common difference to the third term. So it can be written as 7 plus 3. But we have already seen that 7 is 1 plus 2 times 3. So it can be written as 1 plus 2 times 3 plus 3. And that is equal to 1 plus 3 times 3. Similarly, we can see that fifth term is equal to 1 plus 4 times 3. Have you got the relation? Second term means 1 plus 1 3. Third term means 1 plus 2 times 3. Fourth term means 1 plus 3 times 3. Fifth term means 1 plus 4 times 3. Then what is the 20th term? 1 plus 19 times d, right? That is 58. Now let us generalize. What is the nth term? 1 plus 1 less than n times 3, right? What is 1 less than n? N minus 1. So nth term equal to 1 plus n minus 1 times 3. Now let us multiply. N into 3 is 3n. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. So this can be written as 1 plus 3n minus 3. Now there is only one term containing n. So let me write it at first. And what is 1 minus 3? Minus 2. So this can be written as 3n minus 2. This is the algebraic expression of this sequence. When you give n equal to 1, we get 3 minus 2, the first term. When you give n equal to 2, we get the second term. 3 into 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. When you give n equal to 3, we get the third term. 3 into 3 is 9. Minus 2 is 7. So we get all terms from this algebraic expression by giving different values for n. Now consider the sequence 19, 28, 37, etc. What is the common difference here? 9, right? And the first term 19. And we can see second term is 28, that is 19 plus 9. Third term is 37, that is 28 plus 9, or 19 plus 2 times 9. Fourth term is 46, that is 37 plus 9, or that is equal to 19 plus 3 times 9. Fifth term is 55, that is 46 plus 9, or that is 19 plus 4 times 9. You can see the same relation here also. Second term is 19 plus 1, 9. Third term is 19 plus 2 times 9. Fourth term is 19 plus 3 times 9. Fifth term is 19 plus 4 times 9. Now what is the 21st term? 19 plus 20 times 9, right? And that is 199. Now let us find the algebraic expression. What is nth term? 19 plus n minus 1 times 9. Now multiplying, what will you get? N into 9 is 9n, minus 1 into 9 is minus 9. That is 19 plus 9n minus 9. Let us write 9n at first, and 19 minus 9 is 10. So xn equal to 9n plus 10. Again, by putting n equal to 1, 2, 3, etc., we get different terms. When n is 1, 9 plus 10 is 19, the first term. When n is 2, 9 into 2, 18 plus 10 is 28. When n is 3, 9 into 3, 27 plus 10 is 37. So we get all the terms from this algebraic expression by giving different values for n. Now let us take another sequence. 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1, etc. What is the common difference here? 3 by 4 minus 1 by 2. That is 1 by 4. And the first term is 1 by 2. And we know second term is first term plus common difference. That is half plus 1 by 4. And third term is 1. That is 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4, or 1 by 2 plus 2 times 1 by 4. And fourth term is 1 by 4. That is 1 plus 1 by 4. And we have already seen that 1 is half plus 2 times 1 by 4. So it can be written as half plus 2 times 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, or that is half plus 3 times 1 by 4. Now similarly you can see fifth term is half plus 4 times 1 by 4. So you can see the same relation here also. Second term is half plus 1 by 4. Third term is half plus 2 times 1 by 4. Fourth term is half plus 3 times 1 by 4. Fifth term is half plus 4 times 1 by 4. Now what is 13th term? Half plus 12 times 1 by 4. And you can simplify. 3 4s are 12. So half plus 3, that is 3 and half. Now what is the nth term? Half plus n minus 1 times 1 by 4. multiplying, we will get half plus 1 by 4n minus 1 by 4. We can write 1 by 4n at first, and half minus 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. So that is 1 by 4n plus 1 by 4. Let us give values. When n is 1, we get 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. That is 1 by 2, the first term. When n is 2, we get 2 by 4. That is 2 by 4 means 1 by 2. Plus 1 by 4. That is 3 by 4. When n is 3, we get 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4. That is 1. These are the sequences and algebraic expressions which we have discussed now. In each of this, the nth term is obtained by adding n minus 1 times common difference to the first term. Again, what is the common difference of this sequence? 9, right? So the nth term is obtained by multiplying the position n by the common difference and adding a number. In this sequence, what is the common difference? 1 by 4. Again, the nth term is obtained by multiplying the position n by the common difference 1 by 4 and adding a number. What is the common difference of this sequence? 3. Again, the nth term is obtained by multiplying the position n by the common difference and adding a number. This can be written as 3n plus minus 2. So we can say we got this algebraic form by multiplying the common difference by the position n and adding minus 2. Is every arithmetic sequence in this form? Let us check. Let the first term be f and the common difference be d. And we know when we add common difference to the first term, we get the second term. If we add common difference again, we get the third term. If we add common difference again, we get the fourth term. Again, if we add common difference, we will get fifth term, then sixth term, seventh term, eighth term, etc. Now to get third term from the first term, what shall we add? This is the first term, this is the third term, d, 2 times d, right? So we have to add 2 times d to get third term from the first term. Now to get the fourth term from the first term, what shall we add? d. We have to add 3 times d to the first term to get the fourth term. Now to get the fifth term, what shall we add? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to add d 4 times, right? Now to get the sixth term, what shall we add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to add 5 times common difference to the first term to get the sixth term. And similarly, you can see we have to add 6 times common difference to the first term to get seventh term, and 7 times common difference to the first term to get the eighth term. In general, we can say to get the nth term, we have to add n minus 1 times common difference to the first term. Using this equation, you can find any term of an arithmetic sequence. Now let us multiply. N into d is dn, minus 1 into d is minus d. So this can be written as f plus dn minus d. Now f is the first term, d is the common difference, and this term contains n. So let me write it at first. So we will get dn plus f minus d. You can use xn equal to f plus n minus 1 into d or xn equal to dn plus f minus d to find the terms of an arithmetic sequence. Both are same. This is the simplified version of this one. So we can see each term of an arithmetic sequence is obtained by multiplying the common difference by the position number and adding a fixed number. D into n means common difference into position number, and f minus d is a number. Now we know xn equal to dn plus f minus d. So there is a term containing n, and f minus d means it is first term minus common difference. It is a fixed number. So we can say the algebraic expression of any arithmetic sequence is of the form xn equal to a n plus b. where a and b are fixed numbers. What does it mean? In the algebraic expression of any arithmetic sequence, there is a term containing n, and after that there is a fixed number. In our examples, the algebraic expressions were xn equal to 3n minus 2. It is of the form an plus b, 3n plus minus 2. A is 3 and b is minus 2. And the second case, xn equal to 9n plus 10. A is 9 and b is 10. And in the third example, xn equal to 1 by 4n plus 1 by 4. A is 1 by 4 and b is also 1 by 4. So the algebraic expressions of all the arithmetic sequences are of the form xn equal to an plus b. That means there is a term containing n and there is a fixed number. And that means there will not be any term containing n square, n cube, etc. And we have seen that this fixed number can be positive or negative. In our example, we have seen that xn equal to 3n minus 2, and we have seen that xn equal to 9n plus 10. So this fixed number can be positive or negative. Can it be 0? Of course, in some sequences, sometimes the first term and common difference are same. In those cases, f minus d is 0, and therefore xn will be of the form dn. For example, if you take the sequence of multiples of 4, 8, 12, etc., what is the algebraic expression? 4n plus 4 minus 4, or 4n. The algebraic expression is 4n. We can write it as 4n plus 0. That is also of the form an plus b, where a is 4 and b is 0. So we can say the algebraic form of any arithmetic sequence is of the form xn equal to an plus b. Means there is a term containing n and there is a fixed number, and that fixed number can be positive, negative, or 0. Remember the sixth question from page number 19. The algebraic expression of a sequence is xn equal to n cube minus 6n square plus 13n minus 7. Is it an arithmetic sequence? We found the first term, second term, and third term, and we felt that it is an arithmetic sequence. But when we found the fourth term, we have understood that it is not an arithmetic sequence. 1, 3, 5, next is 13. But without looking at the terms, looking at the algebraic expression, we can say that it is not an arithmetic sequence because algebraic expression is not of the form xn equal to an plus b. Now we can see one more thing. What is the coefficient of n? That is d, means the common difference. So we can say the coefficient of n in the algebraic expression is always the common difference. And thirdly, let us add a and b. Here a is d and b is f minus d. Adding d plus f minus d means d and minus d get cancels and we get the first term. So when you add the coefficient of n and the constant term, we will get the first term. That is, if you add a and b, we will get the first term. Now let us do some examples. Write the sequence obtained by starting at 1 by 2 and adding 1 by 3 repeatedly. Find the algebraic expression. The first term is 1 by 2. And to get the second term, we have to add 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. How can we add 1 into 3 plus 2 into 1 divided by 2 into 3? And that is equal to 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 is the second term. Now to get the third term, we have to add 1 by 3 to 5 by 6. Then 5 into 3 plus 1 into 6 divided by 6 into 3, and that is 21 by 18. 7 3s are 21, 6 3s are 18. So simplifying, we will get 7 by 6. So that is the third term. So the sequence can be written as 1 by 2, 5 by 6, 7 by 6, etc. Now we have to find the algebraic expression. Here the first term is 1 by 2 and common difference is 1 by 3. We know the algebraic expression is xn equal to dn plus f minus d. Replacing the values, we will get 1 by 3n plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. How can you subtract 1 by 3 from 1 by 2? 1 into 3 is 3 minus 1 into 2 is 2, and in the denominator 2 into 3, that is 1 by 6. So simplifying, we can write 1 by 3n plus 1 by 6. So this is the algebraic form of this arithmetic sequence. We can simplify further. 1 by 3 can be written as 2 by 6. So this can be written as 2 by 6n plus 1 by 6. Now the denominators are same. So we can add the numerators and we can write 2n plus 1 by 6. Now all the terms of this sequence are fractions with denominator 6. And what about the numerator? It is of the form 2n plus 1. 2n means 2 into a number, that is always an even number. And if you add 1 to it, it is an odd number. So all the terms of this sequence are fractions with numerators odd numbers and denominator 6. 2 is not a factor of any odd number. So definitely 6 is not a factor of any odd number. Therefore, no term of this sequence is a natural number. In order to get a natural number, the denominator 6 should be cancelled. So there should be a multiple of 6 in the numerator to get it cancelled. Now let us take another problem. Write the sequence obtained by starting at 1 by 2 and adding 1 by 4 repeatedly. Find the algebraic expression. Here the first term is 1 by 2 and common difference is 1 by 4. Therefore the sequence is 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1, etc. Now we have to find the algebraic expression. Xn equal to dn plus f minus d. That is 1 by 4n plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. What is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4? 1 by 4. So it can be written as 1 by 4n plus 1 by 4. Here the denominators are same. So adding the numerators, we can write 1n or n plus 1 by 4. Here the denominator is 4 and the numerator is n plus 1. N can take any value. When n is 3, n plus 1 is 4. So 4 by 4 is 1. We get the first natural number. When n is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 by 4 is 2. We get the second natural number. When n is 11, 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 by 4 is 3. We get the third natural number. So we can see all natural numbers are terms of this sequence because n plus 1 can be multiple of 4. That doesn't mean all the terms of this sequence are natural numbers. There are other terms also, but natural numbers are terms of this sequence. Now let us do some problems from page number 24 and 25. First problem. The 8th term of an arithmetic sequence is 12 and its 12th term is 8. What is the algebraic expression for this sequence? 8th term is 12 and 12th term is 8. Let us find the common difference at first. We know the common difference is term difference by position difference. That is 12th term minus 8th term by 12 minus 8. Here 12th term is 8, 8th term is 12. So 8 minus 12 by 12 minus 8. 8 minus 12 is minus 4 and 12 minus 8 is 4. So we get minus 4 by 4 and that is equal to minus 1. For all sequences like this, the common difference is always minus 1. That is, when you take 6th term 10 and 10th term 6, the common difference is minus 1. When you take 7th term as 14 and 14th term as 7, the common difference is minus 1. When you take third term as 8 and eighth term as 3, the common difference is minus 1. So without doing, we can say that for sequences like this, the common difference is always minus 1. Now we have to find the algebraic expression or nth term. We can find the first term and we can find the nth term. Without finding the first term also, we can find the nth term. Suppose to get the 10th term, we have to add 9 times common difference to the first term. But if you are taking second term, you need only to add 8 times common difference to it to get the 10th term. And if you are taking the third term, you need to add 7 times common difference to it to get the 10th term. Thinking like this, we can say to get the nth term, we have to add n minus 1 times common difference to the first term. But if you are taking the second term, you have to add only n minus 2 times common difference to it to get the nth term. Now if you are taking third term, you have to add n minus 3 times common difference to get the nth term. If you are taking fourth term, you have to add n minus 4 times common difference to it to get the nth term. Thinking like this, you can say to get nth term, you have to add n minus 8 times common difference to the 8th term. Here 8th term is given. 8th term is 12. So it can be written as 12 plus n minus 8 into minus 1. Now let us multiply. Minus 1 into n is minus n. Minus 1 into minus 8 is plus 8. So this can be written as 12 minus n plus 8. 12 plus 8 is 20. So it can be written as 20 minus n. You can find the nth term from 12th term also. Nth term equal to 12th term plus n minus 12 times d. Now you can check whether your answer is right or wrong. When you give n equal to 8, you will get 8th term, that is 20 minus 8 or 12. When you give n equal to 12, you will get the 12th term, that is 20 minus 12 equal to 8. So this is the algebraic expression of this sequence. Now the second problem, the bird problem in class 8 can be slightly changed as follows. One bird said, "We and we again, together with half of us and half of that and one more is a natural number. Write all the possible number of birds starting from the list. For each of these, write the sum told by the bird also. Find the algebraic expression for these two sequences." Let us take the number of birds as x. Then let us find sum told by the bird using this x. We means x. We again means x plus x. With half of us means x by 2. And half of that means half of half. That is 1 by 4 of x or x by 4. And one more means plus 1. So this is a natural number. The bird says that this is a natural number. Let us simplify. What is x plus x? That is 2x, right? Now half x plus 1 by 4x. We know half plus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So that is 3 by 4x or 3x by 4. Now this plus 1. Now let us add these two together. You know how to add fractions. Let us multiply these two, 2x and 4. 2x into 4, that is 8x plus this 3x all divided by 4. Now 8x plus 3x is 11x. So it can be written as 11x by 4 plus 1. The bird says that this is a natural number. When will this become a natural number? 1 is a natural number. So this is a natural number when 11x by 4 is a natural number. Now 11x by 4 is a natural number when 11x is a multiple of 4. Then only the denominator 4 get cancelled. So 11x should be a multiple of 4. We know 11 is not a multiple of 4. So x should be a multiple of 4. Which is the first multiple of 4? 4, right? So 4 is the least number of birds. When you give 4 here, 4 and 4 get cancels and you get 11 plus 1, that is 12. So the sum told by the bird in that case will be 12. So the number of birds can be multiples of 4, that is 4, 8, 12, etc. When you give 8 here, 4 and 8 get cancelled and you get a natural number. When you give 12 here, 4 and 12 get cancelled and you get a natural number. Now let us find the sum told by the bird. The first sum is when you give x equal to 4 and you have seen that is 12. Now when x is 8, what happens? 2 4s are 8. So you will get 2 here. 11 into 2 is 22. 22 plus 1 is 23. So that is the second possible sum. Now when n is 12, what happens? 3 4s are 12. So 11 into 3 is 33. 33 plus 1 is 34. So the sum told by the bird can be 12 or 23 or 34, etc. Now we have to find the algebraic expression of this sequence. Xn is dn plus f minus d. In the first case, d is 4 and f is also 4. So we can write 4n plus 4 minus 4, that is 4n. And in the second case, common difference is 11 and first term is 12. So we can write 11n plus 12 minus 11, that is 11n plus 1. So this is the algebraic expression of the second sequence. Now the third problem. Prove that the arithmetic sequence with first term 1 by 3 and common difference 1 by 6 contains all natural numbers. The first term is 1 by 3 and common difference is 1 by 6. Let us find the nth term or algebraic expression. We know xn equal to dn plus f minus d. Here d is 1 by 6 and f is 1 by 3. So we can write it as 1 by 6n plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6. Now let us subtract 1 by 6 from 1 by 3. For that, let me write 1 by 3 as 2 by 6. So it can be written as 1 by 6n plus 2 by 6 minus 1 by 6. Now 2 by 6 minus 1 by 6. The denominators are same, so you can subtract the numerators and you can write 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 by 6. So this can be written as 1 by 6n plus 1 by 6. Now for these two terms, 6 is the common denominator. So let us add the numerators and we can write n plus 1 by 6. Now we know n can take different values. When n is 5, n plus 1 is 6, 6 by 6 is 1. We get the first natural number. When n is 11, n plus 1 is 12 and 12 by 6 is 2, the second natural number. When n is 17, 17 plus 1 is 18, 18 by 6 is 3, the third natural number. So we know n plus 1 can be multiples of 6. In those occasions, we get natural numbers. That means this sequence contains all natural numbers. Now the fourth problem, prove that the arithmetic sequence with first term 1 by 3 and common difference 2 by 3 contains all odd numbers but no even number. First term is 1 by 3 and common difference is 2 by 3. Let us find nth term. That is 2 by 3 n plus 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. What is 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3? The denominator is 3. 1 minus 2 by 3. That is minus 1 by 3. So this can be written as 2 by 3n minus 1 by 3. The denominators are same. So we can write 2n minus 1 by 3. Now 2n means it's an even number. 2 into a number. It's an even number. When you subtract 1, we get an odd number. So the numerator is always an odd number. When you divide an odd number by 3, we get odd number. So this sequence contains no even numbers. Now let us check whether we get all the odd numbers or not. When you give n equal to 2, 2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 by 3 is 1. When you give n equal to 5, 2 into 5 is 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 by 3 is 3, the second odd number. When you give n equal to 8, we get 16 minus 1, that is 15 by 3, 5, the third odd number. So we can see this sequence contains all the odd numbers, and since the numerator is odd number and denominator is also odd number, it gives no even number. Next problem, prove that the squares of all the terms of the arithmetic sequence 4, 7, 10, etc. belongs to the same sequence. Let us find the algebraic expression. Your first term is 4 and common difference is 3. Xn equal to dn plus f minus d, that is 3n plus 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1, so this can be written as 3n plus 1. This means all the terms of this sequence are of the form 3n plus 1, means a multiple of 3 plus 1. 3n means 3 into n. It is a multiple of 3. So all the terms of this sequence are of the form a multiple of 3 plus 1. You can see the first term is 4, that is 3 plus 1. Second term is 7, that is 6 plus 1. Third term is 10, that is 9 plus 1. So all the terms of this sequence are of the form 3n plus 1, means multiple of 3 plus 1. Now to prove the squares are also in this sequence, we have to find the square of this nth term, and we have to show that it is also of this form. Let us find the square of this term, that is 3n plus 1 all square. In 8th standard, we have studied a plus b all square, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square, or square of the first term plus 2 into first term into second term plus square of the second term. So let us write square of the first term, that is 3n square, plus 2 into first term into second term, 3n into 1, plus second term square, 1 square. Now we know 3 is a multiple of 3. So 3n is again a multiple of 3. So 3n square is also a multiple of 3. The first term is a multiple of 3. Now what about 2 into 3n plus 1? It is also a multiple of 3. What about 1 square? It is 1. It is not a multiple of 3. So we can write the first term is a multiple of 3. Second term is also a multiple of 3. Third term is 1. When you add two multiples of 3, you will get another multiple of 3. Observe 3 and 6. Adding together, you will get 9, which is another multiple of 3. So we can say up to this is a multiple of 3. And we can write this is multiple of 3 plus 1. That means it is also of the form 3n plus 1, a multiple of 3 plus 1. So the square is also in this sequence. Today we have discussed how to find the algebraic expression and the properties of algebraic expression. We have seen that xn equal to f plus n minus 1 into d, or we can use the equation xn equal to dn plus f minus d. And we have seen that the algebraic form of any arithmetic sequence is of the form xn equal to an plus b, where a and b are fixed numbers. Also we have seen that the coefficient of n is the common difference, and again we have seen that a plus b gives the first term. Now you have two assignments. The first one, the sixth question from page number 25, prove that the arithmetic sequence 5, 8, 11 contains no perfect squares. And next is 7th from the same page. Write the whole numbers in the arithmetic sequence 11 by 8, 14 by 8, 17 by 8, etc. Do they form an arithmetic sequence? Hope you have understood. Practice well. Do the homeworks. Stay safe. I'll be back with another video. Till then, bye.